found the rights training really helpful because prior to doing this training, my rights were not something I'd ever really thought about. It was never something I was taught about at school. But the more that I learn about my rights, I realise how big an impact it has on so many elements. It's been very helpful in just making sure that I'm aware of what I'm entitled to and what sort of things, where I could go for advice about anything.
So we're going to do an activity now, and we're going to look about how we feel about certain aspects of the law. So I'm going to ask you 4 different statements, and what I want you to think about is whether you agree with that statement, like wholeheartedly, 100%, and if you really agree with it, you go into green. Okay, green is for go. One of my most favourite things about delivering and facilitating the MORE training is, number one, seeing the kind of light bulb moments with the young people when they realise that their rights are 100% enshrined in law, and actually the law is saying this, and that means that they have a right to that. And also kind of helping them work through those problem solving skills. So it's like, you know, this is what my right is and this is what the law says. So how do I take steps to overcome when my rights have been infringed, and how to challenge that injustice. Can you say whatever you want while you're in England?
No.
No. Why is that?
In case the police will say something to you.
Yeah? So what's that about then? Is that about being discriminatory?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, and is that why you two are a little bit unsure? Yeah.
Because you can't go around, you know, you can't go around being racist to people as well. And, you know, swearing at them and trying to abuse people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So we all have a right to free speech, don't we? We all supposedly can say what we want, and we have a right to free speech. But with that right becomes responsibility as well. So we have a right to free speech, but we also have the responsibility not to discriminate against anybody else or make them feel bad or stereotyped or judged. So yeah, you're totally right there. So if someone has a mental health problem and they're not able to speak to their employer about it, and then the problems won't be sorted, do you think that that problem's just going to go away, or do you think it's going to escalate and then...
No,
Always escalate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a friend that's just moved into new housing locally, and their landlord has taken advantage of them in every way possible. Maintenance isn't done, communication is borderline impossible. So actually knowing what was in the tenancy agreement and how the landlord isn't living up to his end of the bargain has allowed me to give them guidelines on how to take advantage back, how to switch the situation up and say, these are my rights, this is what I'm entitled to, give me it now.
It's a really good course because the information that you learn in it is completely vital, because personally I learned more about confidentiality, which was something I had really struggled on, especially from experiences in the past. And like recently I brought up the courage to ask my doctor about getting medication for my mental health, which is obviously a big thing, and I would not have done that 6-7 months ago. It would have been completely impossible for me to trust someone in that area. Beforehand, I knew I had that right, but I didn't trust it. But after learning more about it with Claire, it was kind of like a light flashing on, like, it's there, but it is there for a reason.